Hi guys, good morning. So this is a continuation of chapter 9 in your syllabus, which I'm going to touch on personal selling and also sales promotion. This is the learning objective for this session, which the first three will be basically on the personal selling, okay, which we're going to look at the role of the salespersons, identify the 6 major sales force management step, and also the process of personal selling, and distinguishing between the transaction-oriented marketing and also relationship marketing. And the last part of this session will be on the sales promotion, which I'm going to explain to you how the sales promotion campaign are developed and being implemented. So let's look at the first learning objective to discuss the role of company salesperson in creating value for customers and building the customer relationships. As you know, personal selling, okay, like I've mentioned previously yesterday, personal selling is the interpersonal part of promotion mix and can include face-to-face communication. It can also be done via the telephone or even with video or web conferencing. This also includes the chatting, because there are increasing number of chats that are available for customers to actually chat with the sales force when personal selling is being conducted. So let's look at the nature of personal selling. So a salesperson is the one who do personal selling. Okay, so salesperson are an effective link between the company and its customers to produce customer value and company profit by representing company to the customers, by also representing customers to the company, because they also listen to what customer wants and they might inform the management on the current demand of the customer. And also salesperson work closely with the marketing department, especially in designing the marketing campaign that is suitable for that particular customer. Now let's look at the learning objective number 2, which is to identify and explain the 6 major sales force management steps. Right, so this is the steps, okay, whereby as you know, sales force, okay, is the salespersons. Now when you talk about sales force management, it is the analysis, planning, implementation and control of sales force activities. Okay, so the first step is designing the sales force strategy and also structure. After you design it, then you start to recruit by selecting a qualified salesperson to become the salesperson that you want to groom. Okay, and then you do the training for them, compensating them, do supervision towards them, and evaluating the salesperson or the sales people. So let's look one by one for each of these steps. Now, in designing the sales force strategy and structure, you can use 3 types of strategy, which is based on the territorial, which is location, or geographical structure, product sales structure, which is based on the types of product that the salesperson can sell, and also customer sales force structure, which depending in terms of different types of customer for different sales people. The territorial sales force structure is when each salesperson is designed an exclusive geographic area and sells the company's full line of products and services to all customers in that particular territory. Okay, so it will define the salesperson job by selling everything that the company is selling in that particular geographic location or territory. Okay, they have fixed accountability, lower sales expenses, and also can improve the relationship building and selling effectiveness within that particular territory, because as you have assigned those salespeople towards that particular location, so every customer in that location will be able to get the whole product and also can get to know the salesperson that actually managing or not really managing that are actually selling the items for them. Second is based on product, which is each salesperson will sell along the product lines. That means it will be depending on different product for different salesperson to the customers. So it will improve the product knowledge, okay, because if you are only assigned to sell one particular product, for example, then you will have full knowledge and comprehensive knowledge about that particular product, and you'll be able to sell the product easily to the customer. And on top of that, selling the same product to the whole people can lead to this what they call the territorial conflicts, because perhaps you are not assigned based on location, so you will go to every places, okay, and perhaps it will also clashes with the territorial sales person. Next and last one is designing the sales force based on the customer. Okay, so each salesperson will sell along customer or industry lines, which will improve the customer relationship. So perhaps you have different types of customer, let's say the consumers itself, okay, or you can also be selling only to the business customers. Okay, in bank, for example, typically they have the sales force that will sell the products for their consumers, okay, because there are consumers products in the bank, and also there are also what they call the commercial bank. So commercial bank is actually selling their bank products to the business users, okay, and they also have like a private banking kind of thing, or another one they call it the corporate banking. Yeah, so these are also for the corporations or businesses, and the sales force are actually only going to take care of the accounts and also doing the marketing for this kind of users or customers. So those are actually based on the type of customers that that particular company is having. Next, after you have find out the strategy that you want to use, then you will determine the sales force size, meaning to say how many people do you want to hire to become the salesperson. So as you know, salesperson are actually one of the company's most productive and expensive assets, okay, and you can also see their workload, okay, by looking at the workload approach to sales force size refers to the grouping accounts into different classes to determine the number of salesperson needed. So you look at how large is the territory or how large is the market share, then you will be able to divide in terms of timing, especially how many workers, which is salespersons, that you should hire to actually maximize the territory that you have or the market share that you are having. So the sales force that you're going to hire can be either outside sales force, inside sales force, or team selling. When you talk about outside sales force, this means the salespeople are going out from the office, okay, or sometimes they are called the field sales force, which are those salesperson who will travel to call on customer in the field. That means they will always not in the office, and they will always on mobile, in a way that they will always travel and try to find customer from one place to another place, okay. While inside sales force, these are the salesperson who conduct business from their offices via telephone, online, and also social media interactions or visits from prospective buyers. These include they receive phone call or they make phone call like online chatting, okay, or they will actually do the what they call it selling in the social media, okay, or even they receive buyers which come to the office, okay. So this is when these are the sales force that will receive the visit from the prospective buyers. That means the buyers will walk into the office and you'll be actually doing the sales personal selling to this kind of prospective buyers. Another one is team selling. Team selling is basically a team, okay, a team of selling that involves using teams of people from various departments or units like the sales, marketing, even engineering, finance, technical support, and even upper management to service a large complex accounts. This is more towards basically selling the product to the industry buyers or even to the government. So you have a lot of people that will actually do some demonstration, provide a lot of other information, okay, giving on the return on investment and so on to that particular prospect buyers, which typically they are a complex account. Next, you already done the structuring and everything. Now you start to recruit and selecting the salespeople. You have to carefully select and train this salesperson so that you can increase your sales performance, because it's not really easy to become a salesperson, okay? And if you want to become a salesperson, you will really need a lot of patience, and also you must have the face. You must have the face to sell the product. Okay, poor selection will increase. Selection increases recruiting and training costs. Okay, and it leads to lost sales and disrupts customer relationship. Okay, you don't want to hire an impatient salesperson. If let's say customer dislike the product, then you start to raise your voice to the customer, or you don't have the patience to entertain the customer, then it will not be good for the company image itself. So that's why it's good to have training. Okay, you must be able to train with the goal of giving the salesperson the customer knowledge, telling them how to sell, which is selling process basically, and also that particular salesperson should have a knowledge of the product, the company, as well as the competitors. And not only just training, yeah, you also need to understand that how you want to compensate this salesperson. Compensating means include whatever payment or salary that they will receive. You can either do fixed amount, that means every month they will actually receive the fixed amount, let's say 2,000 per month, okay, or variable amounts based on number of sales. So perhaps you have the basic salary or of let's say 1,000 plus the commission that they will earn based on how many sales that they make. So the more sales that they make, the more commission they will earn, then they will be getting more salary. Or you can also compensate the salesperson based on their expenses. Okay, that means because being a salesperson, you have to travel a lot. You have to go to one place to another place. You have to make a lot of phone calls. So compensating salesperson include also paying for their fuel, okay, the car fuel, and also the telephone bill, for example. Okay, and also other fringe benefits. The fringe benefits are those what they call intangible benefits, like vacation, a holiday, the recognition, and so on. Okay, so these are how you will compensate the salesperson so that they really feel the motivation to work hard to sell the product that the company is selling. Of course, you need to supervise your salesperson. Okay, supervising and motivating salesperson include when you want to set the goal, yeah, which is to help sales people to work smart by doing the right things in the right ways. Okay, while normally when you want to motivate them, it is the goal to encourage salesperson to work hard and energetically towards sales force goals. Now, this is actually a figure 16.2 where how salespersons spend their time. Okay, this is a what they call a survey done previously in 2014 on the performance optimization study, where they sees that 37.1% time of the salesperson are done for face-to-face or phone selling. Okay, that means active selling, while the second most time that they will do is actually doing this researching the accounts, pursuing the leads. Okay, you need to do a lot of homework, they call it, to learn about the customer, to learn about the product, and also the competitors, while other time include traveling and training, meetings and administrative works, as well as some post-sales tasks. Okay, so you can see that most of their time are actually for the company, which is for them to find out what would be the or how or where and when are the best time for them to sell the product here, and also doing or actually doing the selling. Okay, so it could be frustrating because if let's say you have done this face-to-face selling, but at the end of the day the customer rejected your product, so it can be very frustrating. So it is important for the company to be able to actually supervise how they spend their time and also motivate the sales people. So sales morale and performance can be increased through organizational climate. If you have a positive kind of work culture, all right, a very supportive top management, then perhaps they can increase the morale of the sales person. Or it can also be done through the sales quota. That means you set a quota for at least, let's say you must sell 6 units or 10 units of the product for the more expensive one lah, but the cheaper one could be like, let's say at least a month you must sell 100 units, okay? And also give the positive incentive, which is rewarding to the sales force. While evaluating the salesperson includes, you will look into their sales report, their call reports, okay, basically they have the call logs, yeah, and also their expenses reports. This is very easy to see whether how many sales that they have made, how many phone calls, how long does it take, and many Salesforce calls are being recorded. So you can also evaluate the salesperson and see how they perform based on the recordings that you have done in the system of your calls, yeah, and also the expenses report in the way that how far have they traveled, okay, if does it incur the flight expenses, okay, or buses, or even if they need to take the train or the Grab, okay, for them to do the sales, so that you will be able to see how much spending that they have made and how much sales again they have been making. Okay, moving on to the third learning objective, to discuss the personal selling process, distinguish between transaction-oriented marketing and relationship marketing. So basically, there are 7 steps in the personal selling process. We start with the prospecting and qualifying the potential buyers, pre-approach, approach, presentation and demonstration, and then later on handling the objections, closing the sales, and of course doing the follow-up. So let's look at each and every one of these steps. Now, in the first step, which is prospecting and qualifying, when you do prospecting, this is when you identify a qualified potential customer through some referral forms, which could be from your existing customers, from the suppliers, from your dealers, or even from the internet. You are prospecting in a way that you are trying to find who could be your potential buyer. And when you do, after you do the prospecting, still in the first step, you are trying to qualify them. It involves identifying good customers, and you are going to screen out poor ones by looking at their financial ability. Do they have money to buy or not? Are they can they afford to buy your product or not? Okay, and then if it's a business customers, you're looking at the volume of their business, okay, the needs of them, their location, as well as the growth potential of that particular customer, in a way that will they buy again in the future, especially to the business customers. Second step, which is pre-approach. In this step, it is a process of learning as much as possible about a prospect, including their needs, who is involved in the buying process, and also the characteristics and the styles of the buyers. Now, pre-approach, you have not approached yet, okay? This is just you do some what they call homework about your potential buyer with some objective, which is to qualify them, to gather information and make an immediate sales. And in pre-approach also, you are trying to find out how you're going to approach them. Is it by using a personal visit? If a personal visit, you might want to secure an appointment with them, okay, or is it through a phone call, so you make sure you have their phone number, or is it by letter or email? And of course, you have to check whether their email address is actually still active or not. So again, in this pre-approach, you have not approached yet, but what you are trying to do is actually to find out about the background of the potential buyers, and also trying to find out how you're going to approach this particular people. If you have secured an appointment, for example, so it's time for you to do the personal visit at the next step, which is the approach step. Okay, this is the third step in personal selling process, which is a process where the salesperson meets and greets the buyer and gets the relationship off to a good start and involve the salesperson's appearance. So how your attire look like, okay, so typically you will dress in a business suit, okay, your opening lines on how you're going to address them, as well as some follow-up remarks, especially after you have made a phone calls and you're talking about you have try to reach them before, and then or you might want to thank them for spending some time to listen to your presentation in this particular selling process. The fourth step is presentation. Okay, so this is when you start to tell the product story to the buyer, presenting the customer benefits and also showing how the product will solve the customer problems. So presentation is actually by you do the presentation lah, right? And then you handle objective is the next step, which along the way, as you have done your presentation, there will be some objection by your potential buyer. Perhaps they are trying to say no to your product, or they look at negativity in your product. So handling objection is actually the process where the salesperson will try to resolve the problems that are logical, psychological, and also unspoken problems. Okay, perhaps you will be able to look at their face when they make some gestures, okay, or some non-verbal communication. So you should be able to show to them by doing some demonstration and further explain about the product that you are selling. Next, this is the sixth step, which is closing. Closing the sale, okay, is a process where salesperson should recognize some signal from the buyer, includes their physical action, their comments, and also some questions to ask for an order or even to finalize the sale. Okay, this means that at the end of your presentation or after you have answered all the questions, okay, they might ask you like, if we order now, when will you ship it to us? Or if what are your payment methods, or can I pay using credit card, or what are your payment channels? Can I pay directly transfer through the internet to you? Okay, so those are some questions or signals that can be recognized as in that you are about to close that particular deal. Or the closing the sale mean that you are about to have a handshake, and that means the deal is on. Okay, and lastly is the follow-up, okay, which is the last step in which a salesperson will follow up after the sale. That means after you have closed that particular sale just now, you have done your shipment or you have delivered the product to the customer, okay, what you do next is that perhaps in the next week or in the next few days, you might want to call again that particular customer by asking them to ensure they are satisfied with your product, or ask them whether they have any problems with your product, so that they will feel that they are being appreciated, and it can lead to the repeat business. That means in the future, if they want to buy again another product or the same product, they will remember you because you did this follow-up thing. Okay, so those are actually 7 steps in the personal selling process. And lastly, when you talk about the transactional basis or the transaction oriented, is when you only do a sale for a specific customer. Okay, that means this is just one time off. All right, if that particular product is actually for one time off, then yes, you can do this transaction oriented close to a specific sale. That means one time transaction, one time payment, one time kind of thing. Okay, while the long-term goal, okay, or the what they call it relationship kind of sale, is when you have a personal selling that develop a mutually profitable relationship in a way that you still keep in touch with them. Okay, the product also does not require only one-time transaction, but rather perhaps continuously, because perhaps the product requires some servicing, okay, or the product requires the next orders, okay, especially to the business customers. So you might consider doing this long-term goal of personal selling. Okay, moving on to the 4th learning objective for this part, which is on sales promotion. Okay, so in this part, I'm going to explain to you how sales promotion campaigns are developed and also being implemented. As I have explained to you before, what is actually sales promotion? It is referring to short-term incentive to encourage purchases or sale of new product or a service that you want them to purchase it now. Okay, so look at this. For example, it could be a coupon that when you see this, buy 1 cup of yogurt get 1 free, so you feel like, oh, okay, I need to buy this so that I can get 1 free. Okay, or 20% off on your next purchase. So the moment people see this kind of coupon, okay, they will feel that, oh, okay, I want to make use of this coupon so that I can get a discount. Okay, so there are rapid growth of sales promotion in today's marketing world. Okay, so product managers, they are under pressure to increase current sales, all right, because they have produced their product and the capacity is at its optimum level, and you want to make sure that whatever that you produce quickly will be sold. All right, and the sales promotion also increasing because company face more competition. Okay, especially in terms of price. Okay, not only just in terms of the quality. All right, and competing brands simply offer less differentiation. So when other brands, okay, they are typically similar to your brand. Now, what makes people want to buy your brand? Okay, so that is when sales promotion can actually help people, help your company to be the chosen one, or the brands of your product could be the chosen one by the customer. And advertising efficiency has declined due to the rising costs, clutter, and also legal constraints. Okay, and consumer also have become more deal oriented. Okay, so the moment you see there is a discount, when you see there is a coupons, okay, people tend to be positively or inclined towards grabbing this kind of deal. All right, so that's why you can use sales promotion to make actually people buy your product now or buy more of your product. Now, let's look at the sales promotion objective. Okay, setting the sales promotion objective includes using customer promotion, trade promotion, business promotion, and also sales force promotion. Of course, this sales force promotion is very much related to the previous lesson objective that I have mentioned to you on on the personal selling. Okay. Okay, let's look now at the major sales promotion tools. So the first one is sample. You know, samples, it is actually a trial amount of a product. Okay, like you receive a trial for a shampoo or a skincare sample, right? Or sometimes at the supermarket when you go buy drinks, right? There are promoters, okay, the salespersons offers you a small cup of that particular drink to offer you sample so that you feel and try first the product, and if you feel that it is actually nice, then you will actually buy the product itself. Okay, so sample is a trial amount of product. Next is coupon, which are certificates that give buyers a saving when they purchase a specified products. Coupons typically just like a voucher, okay, that you are entitled for some price reduction, okay, or a discount basically. Okay, next is rebates, which rebates are similar to coupon except that the price reduction occurs after the purchase. Now with coupon, for example, you have 20% coupon. So when you want to buy a product, so as you as you show that you have this particular coupon, you immediately get 20% reduction of the price. However, for rebates, they are not immediate because rebates are typically on you will earn the what they call it savings, okay, or the discount only after you purchase. For example, rebates if you buy at you thank you. So thank you, they offer a lot of rebates in the way that if you want to buy, if you want to get a rebate, you buy a TV, for example. So buying a TV at let's say 2,000 ringgit, okay, you will entitle for a rebate 200 ringgit for your next purchase. Okay, so you understand what I'm saying here is that that TV is still 2,000 ringgit, okay, but you get the 200 ringgit rebates for your next purchase. Okay, so it's not for that TV, but perhaps for another TV that you want to buy or another product that you can buy according to their terms and conditions. Okay, next is the price packs. Price packs offer consumer saving off the regular price of a product. So price packs is actually or typically just like your discounts, okay, for some savings that you can get with the a regular price of a product that you actually buy. That means it could be just like your purchase with purchase, you know, PWP, which is you purchase first the first item at normal price. So with that purchase, you will get a saving for, let's say, the second purchase of the product. That is purchase of purchase. Sorry, purchase with purchase order price packs. Next is premium. Premium is basically free gifts. Okay, so easy. It's actually goods offered either for free or at a lower price. But typically, premiums are given as a free gift. Okay, free here, or at a very low price. Like, okay, if you buy this particular product A, you can get B for free, or you can buy A at its special price or at a regular price, and product B at only RM1. So you top up RM1. So that is a premium. Okay, that the free gift or that second product at RM1 is the premium. Next, advertising specialties. These advertising specialties are useful article imprinted with the advertiser's name, logo, or message that are given as gifts to the consumers. Okay. Next one is the point of purchase promotion, which includes displays and demonstrations that take place at the point of a sale. Another major sales promotion tools is contest, sweepstakes, and also games. Okay, this gives consumer the chance to win something such as cash, trips, or even prizes like goods. Okay, by luck or even by giving some extra effort. So contest, for example, you will require an entry by a customer or a consumer. That means if it's a contest, you need to win. Okay, to win, perhaps you need to answer the question correctly, or you have to create a creative slogan or take a very creative photos. Okay, which requires some extra effort. However, sweepstakes require the consumer only to submit their name for a drawing. Okay, drawing here is just like not drawing melukis. Drawing is just like lucky draw. Okay, so sweepstakes is basically just purely by luck. Okay, it could be just like the wheel of fortune. Okay, so if you buy that thing, so you get a chance to spin. So as you spin the fortune wheel, then by luck, whether you can get a prize, or it could be just a try again, or it could be just like your scratch and win card. Okay, gores dan menang. Right, so that is a sweepstakes. Or when you eat the ice cream or popsicle, okay, on the popsicle sticks, okay, it shows that you win the prize. So that is purely by luck. So that is actually a sweepstakes. And games, okay, is a new thing which is presenting consumer with something that they may or may not help them to win a prize. Okay, so games are typically done interactively in your mobile phone, okay, by using your apps. Okay, so you try to play that games, and it might actually help you to win some prizes. And next one is the event marketing or event sponsorship. All right, this is also another sales promotion tool, which is creating a brand marketing event or serving as a sole or participating sponsor of event created by others. Okay, so this is basically your name or your brand is being displayed, okay, as part of the event. Okay, as you sponsored that, for example, at the football field, for example, then you will see there is a banner at the side of the field, Nike or Adidas or 100 plus kind of thing. Okay, so that is actually one way of people noticing about your brand. Next one is actually the tools for trade promotion. Trade promotion are those for the retailers and also wholesaler, okay, or even among the channel members. Okay, so it could be giving them the discount, some allowance, okay, free goods, or also some specialty advertising. For business customer, on the other hand, it can be done using conventions and also trade shows, okay, which are effective to reach many customers not reached with a regular sales force. Okay, so when there is a convention or there is a trade shows, you can also participate in that particular trade show, so that you can display your products and reach the business customers especially. And also sales contests, okay, which are effective in motivating salesperson or dealers to increase their performance over a given period of time. And lastly, in developing the sales promotion program, you need to understand the size of incentive that you are giving. Okay, size of incentive here is, of course, in terms of the uh, ringgit value, yeah. Okay, how much are you going to spend to give the incentive? Okay, especially let's say you want to give discount, how much can you afford to give discount? Or samples, for example, how much you want to spend in production of the sample size products, okay, like the small bottle of shampoo, or a small bottle of small packets of skincare, okay, and so on. And also you need to consider the condition of participation, okay, will people want to participate or not, especially let's say your contest, okay, or your sweepstakes. The promotion and also distribution of the program, where you're going to do it, okay, the length of the program is also important. Are you going to do it a month period? So typically it will not more than 3 months, okay. And also how you're going to evaluate the program itself to see whether the sales promotion are actually giving you profits, or increasing the sales, or even increasing the brand awareness or brand switching of your product. All right, so with that, we have done with the sales promotion, and also just now the personal selling. Thank you, guys.